Hello and welcome to your weekly breakdown. This is for week number 3. We're going to go through each assignment and see what is expected from your work this week. So as always, you want to start off with your lecture. This lecture is breaking down just the general purpose of resumes, what your goal of creating a resume is. It is breaking down how to set up your contact information section and your objective statement as well. Okay, there is debate over whether or not an objective statement is even necessary on a resume. For our purposes, we are going to put one in and use it, okay? This is not set in stone, so you can definitely change it around as different jobs come up, and you can also put in and remove your objective statement, but for our purposes, we need to have them, okay? So you're going to get the background information on how to set those areas up, and that is needed before you then post your discussion. Again, discussions are due by Wednesday. Enables time for your classmates and myself to comment. So when you actually turn in your assignments, that they are top notch. Okay. So first step is to basically find a job posting, something that is as close as possible to something in your potential career field. You may not find something specific, but for most of them, there's quite a few websites there. You should be able to find something pretty darn close, and you want to include what job you are theoretically applying for here, so that the classmates can use that information to help them critique your objective statement, which is the next part of the discussion. You want to include a 1 to 2 sentence objective statement that aligns to a specific job posting. And if we know what that posting is, we as the class and the facilitator can make specific comments on that. Okay, so then of course when you're commenting, you're remembering your feedback information you learned from previous weeks. Okay, so that's your discussion by Wednesday, and then you take that information that you have been given by your classmates and myself, and then you can make some changes if need be, and that will go into your resume contact information and objective statement submission, that part of that assignment. The contact information is not included in the discussion, but will be included, and it should be the first part of the resume. Okay. Again, there's also debate on the whether or how to set up resumes, but we're looking for just a basic standard resume. There are a variety of different types. We're looking for the kind of the classic style resume. It should be one column all the way down through. Okay. Your contact information should be centered at the top, followed by your objective statement, and then the rest of the information will come. Make sure you're saving these documents, because even though you've turned it in this week, you simply will add to that document next week for the next part of the resume. So don't get rid of it just because you think you've turned it in. It's going to be a fluid document that you're constantly adding to new parts and also editing for your final submission that you have. So if we make comments in your assignment for your resume, those changes need to be made before you make that final submission, so you're not getting dinged for mistakes more than once. Okay, I'm going to skip over the career development plan, interpersonal skills for just a second. The check-in is the last one, basically just kind of seeing where you stand at this point in the course, so we're not getting too far off track. If you're having issues, I would hope you have reached out to me prior to this, but this is just another opportunity to do so that we don't let you get too far off track here, too far into the course. So have at it, fill that in. If life is good, let me know. If there's concerns, let me know as well. We'll do our best to get you on track. Okay, so going back to the career development plan, which is the other written piece of this week's work. As I mentioned last week, I would always, copy and paste what is specifically asking. There's several parts. It can get confusing. And if you copy and paste and put it into a Word document, this will just allow you to make sure you have all the information that you need. Okay, so again, it is a 1-page minimum length, so it means you should be going on to a second page because it needs to be at least 1 page in length. So anything less than that, you're not you're not meeting that minimum length, then unfortunately we have to take points off if you're not getting at least onto a second page there for this assignment. Okay. So before you even do this written part, you need to take the assessment that is connected with this assignment. Okay, and then it's asking you how you can leverage your results of that assessment. Okay, it is important that you list in here what your results are. Okay, if I don't know what your results are, it's very difficult to judge how well you're using those results to help you maintain employment or obtain employment after graduation. Okay, so if you did well, you maybe are using those results on your resume. If you did not do well, you're maybe learning so you can improve on certain areas to help you become employed. So I would make sure you include those results, please, in your first section. And if you want to divide this up into paragraphs, that might be to section 1, 2, and 3. It's easily divided up for you if you want. Again, typing your answer in after the question, making sure you're answering each part. Erase the actual question before all this stuff here. Erase all this before you turn in your final draft. Put your answer together into, I would say, a 3-paragraph essay based on the 3 different parts here would be the best format to do. Just make sure you just erase those questions before you do your final draft and turn that in. Part 2, it's asking why are the skills that were in the assessment important to career readiness. So this is referring that to your job posting. So specifically for the job posting you're looking for, think about what the connection is between the skills that were in the assessment. So maybe listing what those skills were, and then telling me specifically how those connect to the job posting. Where will you use those in your career field, basically, okay? And then which specific goals would you like to accomplish as a result of your analysis of your current ability level? So this assessment is going to tell you where you stand. You may say your levels are good. It may say you've got some improvement. Everyone has some work to do. Okay, you are setting a goal based on what you have. So be specific. Do better. Get a higher grade. Really is not specific. Okay, if there's a specific skill, whatever that is, you list that skill. What part of that skill, you can break it down even further, you want to improve upon. And really the last part here, how can you accomplish that goal? It says, how can you do that? So if you say, I'm going to improve my whatever skill, that's important, but you got to give me step-by-step, steps you're going to take to improve that skill. Go to college, take a class. I mean, be a little bit more specific than that. This is just asking you for really your game plan. And go to college is not so much a game plan as not very specific, right? Just break it down to what classes you could take, what kind of specific trainings you could take, whatever it is that you need to improve upon, okay? So in general, I would break this down into 3 paragraphs. That if you're being specific, you should get you to the 1-page length, okay? Make sure to include your results. That'll help set the stage for the rest of the writing here. Again, if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.